Cheers. G'day, welcome back to KC's Beer Room. This will be episode 5. I'm actually in where I'm going to have my beer room, out in the garage. This is my workbench here. Having a Carlton Dry before we do the beer review. Cheers. Got my home brewing kits up the back there. There and there. So firstly, just want to say, I'm not expert on beer. All I know is that I love to drink it. I watch beer reviews and I see people having a sniff and saying, oh yes, oh that smells like bread, or that smells fruity, I can smell the lemon, I can smell the orange, I can smell mango, I can smell my fucking ass. To me, my beer reviews are just about, for the ordinary person, can have a go and think, yep, I'll go out and spend $7, $8 on that can, because some of these craft beers are in that range, like $7 up to $20 for a can of craft beer. So to me, my rating is how drinkable it is, and so you can drink a lot of it, because a lot of this craft beer is just too fruity, and you can't drink too much of it. Not like the good old commercial beer, the Carlton Dry. You can just slam a carton of this stuff down on every night. But what I do know is that there's like 4 main ingredients of beer. Obviously water, no explanation. We all know what water is. The hops, different hops give it different flavors. Apparently, they also so the flavors can be either floral, fruity, whatever, herbs. So the botanical name for hops is Humulus lupus, and it's from the something or other Kamabaki family of flowering plants. So what they use, the hops, they get the cone or the flower of the hop, and that's what they use to flavour the beer, and it gives it the bitterness. So like in a pale ale or an ale beer, there's the hop, it makes it really bitter. Also has malt, obviously. So malt's made primarily from barley. It can be any grain, but mostly barley. So they soak it, and then they'll quickly dry it out just before it starts to germinate, and that's how they get the malt from the barley. Some scientific magical stuff happens, and what it does, it gives the sugars to the beer. It creates natural sugars for the beer to also gives it a bit of flavour, and it gives it its carbonation. So after that, you probably got yeast. Yeast is another scientific magical thing that happens to beer. It actually ferments the beer, turns it to alcohol, which is what you want. No point drinking it if it didn't happen. So you got your top fermenting yeast, which I think is for ales, so that's at a warmer temperature. And then you've got your bottom fermenting yeast, which is for lagers, which is brewed in a colder climate. So with that, we'll get on to the beer review. So this week's beer is from a brewery in KATOOMBA, which is in the Blue Mountains, New South Wales. Like my hometown is Blue Mountains, I'm in Blackstone. So we'll be drinking Mountain Culture Moon Dust Stout. So that's the front of the can. Nice looking can. It's the back of the can. It's 5.6 ABV, 355ml can, made in Australia. So on the back it says Moon Dust Stout, a sessionable stout we made for misty mountain days and long nights before the fire. Rich cocoa and coffee notes rise above its smooth, creamy caramel body, leaving space for only a hint of residual bitterness. Brewed and canned by Mountain Culture up in Park Street, KATOOMBA. So it's a sessionable stout. Should I say? I said seasonable, but it says sessionable. So have a sesh with this stuff. It's 1.6 standard drinks. So this is apparently, I've been told by a friend that this is part of their core range of beers. They do special brews, that's one of them I saw in the bottle shop the other day. Milky Ale. That was $17 a can. So we'll pour this in. Not really a stout or porter drinker, but I don't mind them. They're okay, especially in a cold night. They're good. Typical 55ml can. They fill up a pint glass. Can have a look at that. She's a black beer. So I will smell it, but to me it all just smells like beer. I can't really smell no caramel or whatever they say is in there. Coffee notes, yeah, it smells a bit like coffee. So didn't really hold a head that well, but I think that's more to do with my glass. Bloody kids wash it in soapy water, tell them not to, but kids, they don't bloody listen. So let's give it a go. Not bad, not bad at all. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I don't really get into these. Oh, I can really taste that coffee, that caramel flavour in it, but I guess it's there. They say it is on the can. It's got to be there. If it was going to be like a coffee, I guess it would be like a short black. She's pretty rich in that flavour, like that coffee flavour. But it's not too bad. It's pretty drinkable. There it is. Down the hatch it goes. So that took two goes. Probably could have done one if I really tried, but you know. So to me, that's not a bad stout. I don't know, tasted a bit dusty, a bit like the moon. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, get out there, support this local brewery. Mountain Culture, top beer. Rating out of 5, I would probably give it a 2.5. Drinkability factor, because it's a stout, you can't really drink them all night long. Well, you could, but not going to. Pretty good if you just want to sit around the campfire, have a stout, sit back, watch the flames, watch the embers, drinking one of these. Sounds fantastic. So I really want to try some more of their beers. So I'll be looking out for the bottle shop for some more of them. So that's it. hopefully I can start on my beer room soon. I've put up my workbench, like I said. Um, I'm going to make a bar out of pallets. I have an old dining room table that I've got to cut probably in half to use as my bar bench top. And the other part I'm going to put up against the wall just here, just behind me here, where there's a window as a stand-up bar table, which would be pretty good, a bit of a table of knowledge. So that's the plans for the next couple of weeks to get this all happening, get this bar made. I'm not a carpenter, so we're going to have to get some mates and maybe my father-in-law who's a pretty good chip. He's got all the tools to help us out. But until then, enjoy. I hope you like this beer review and do get out if you can buy it. Mostly this is in Murray's Porter's bottle shops that are around. Blackslow, Warraboo. The bottle shop at the pub at the Lapo also started to supply these mountain culture. So until next time, enjoy and send it. I'd rather the dry.